Good morning and welcome back to the More Factor. Today we're going to talk about honesty. I'm Frederick Groth and I enjoy helping others succeed in life by teaching life skills, success principles, and character traits. So today is the day of honesty. In our 12 success habits, these next 3, 10, 11, and 12, are not just habits, but they are also principles of success. Actions and way of life that we should really endeavor to put into practice regardless of the consequences, because they're usually good consequences. All the other habits we talked about are great and they're very important. These 3 are not just habits, they are also certifiable principles of success. And today we're talking about honesty. Honesty is one of those actions that we can do that really make us vulnerable. And people think that being vulnerable is a sign of weakness. And I really want to come out and say that is not true. Being vulnerable is actually a sign of great strength, of inner character. To be honest with other people is so important. It may feel like I don't really want to do this right now, but it makes human connection more possible. And when we have human connection, we build relationships. And when we build relationships, we can build communities and businesses and success. Without a relationship, you cannot have success. You need a relationship with someone else, because all business and all things about success typically require interaction with someone else. So, honesty is of great importance. Number 1, honesty and integrity always works out better in the long run. You may think like right now it's like, I don't really want to tell them this, but if we keep with the honesty and the integrity in the long run, the long story, the long game, it will always be to your benefit. There was a study in my third point. I'll jump to my third point and go back to my second point. There was a study done by Notre Dame University that scientifically proved that people that continuously lie on a regular basis end up having more mental health issues. See, honesty is cleansing. Honesty is openness. Honesty is transparency. You don't have to cover for anything else. It's just out there. It's done. It may be a little bit painful to your ego and to your ambition right then and there, but then it's done. And then you make connection. And that's what second point was. You can make genuine personal connections with people. And if you're doing that with your customers, then you're going to have lifelong customers. They may not like what's going on at the moment, but because you're genuine, you're honest, and you have integrity, they will be willing to come back and purchase from you, or whatever the case may be, whatever you're doing in your life. And finally, this is the crux of the whole matter. We've got to be honest with ourselves, as well as honest with other people. But if we're not honest with ourselves, we're not going to be honest with other people. We have to be willing to tell ourselves when we're doing a good job. We have to be willing to tell ourselves when you're doing a crappy job. Be honest. You know, I'm going to go off on a hobby horse really quickly here, just really quick. But I come in contact with a lot of parents that feel their kids are angels. Now, I have 5 children of my own. They're all different, and I love them very much. But we got to be honest. They're not perfect all the time. And if we can't be honest with ourselves, how are we going to be honest with others? If someone comes up to you and says that your child is doing something, don't brush it off and say, oh, well, they don't do that kind of thing. They obviously are. See, we got to be honest with ourselves. In business, when someone comes up, you got to be willing to accept some constructive criticism, because maybe you're just not doing your job quite as well. And you got to be honest with yourself. Honesty and integrity are great importance in success. And sometimes I found it hard to be honest, but always I found honesty worked out better for me than trying to hide the truth. I can't say I outright lie to people, but sometimes you feel like, yeah, well, let's just not say the whole thing right at this moment. So being honest and open is a little bit of a chip off the old block, and takes a bit of courage. You know, there's fear involved. It takes courage. But be courageous and strong, and show some vulnerability by being honest and open with those around you. It'll show you who your friends are. It'll show you who your valued customers are. God bless. Have a great day, and be better today than you were yesterday. Come back tomorrow morning for number 11. We'll see you then.